method of business would persist until the formation of the National Wrestling Alliance in 1948. The NWA as a central governing body, with its singular, undisputed world champion, would be absolute and undeniable. This control, combined with the expansion of the interstate highway system, and the inevitable popularity and availability of regional television, would usher in an era of wrestling that was defined by what would come to be known as the territory system. The territory system would dominate wrestling for nearly 4 decades. While the borders, authority, popularity, and obedience of individual NWA territories was in a near constant state of flux, to this day the impact and influence of these territories is still felt. Each territory had its own signature promoter and star. While it is impossible to cram these characteristics into a static, concrete map, we are damn sure going to try anyway.
So open up your eyes before it gets too late. Now one man, there's no way you can. With the streetlights running, don't give a damn. A simple explanation that you'll never find. Sinners never sacrifice. We never leave love alone. Is hate really worth the price? Look at what we've done. Never cared for compromise. Always threatened with someone's life, and it feels like the end of the world.
All right, welcome back to Friday This Week in Wrestling with your hosts, Mike Monte and Jimmy Pharaoh.
Yo.
We're going to dedicate This Week in Wrestling, not really for This Week in Wrestling, but it is kind of This Week in Wrestling. We're going to do SummerSlam predictions as we're going into the SmackDown Go Home show.
Nice.
Little Rampage, and then on Saturday night, you get to watch SummerSlam 2022. The start time is at 5 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Central, and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for people like ourselves. How you want to watch? You can watch SummerSlam on the Peacock streaming service for $9.99 a month.
I got that.
There you go.
I got that.
Or you can go get it on pay-per-view for $60. There's other, aside from watching on mobile devices on PC, you can see them on Fire devices, Androids, whatever, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, it's all over the place.
Are you excited for SummerSlam, sir?
More important, of course, it's SummerSlam, and to me, wow, where does it sit? WrestleMania, well, let's go do calendar. Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Survivor Series, and nowadays they do acknowledge Money in the Bank when it happens as like now the Big Five.
Good. That's a really good question.
Where does SummerSlam sit? Boy, it's up there, man.
Used to sit at number 2.
Right.
I would say it's a distant number 3 from Royal Rumble. So I'd go WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, SummerSlam.
Boy, this is going to cause me confusion.
Survivor Series way down the road.
I almost like Money in the Bank more than SummerSlam at this point.
How about Hell in the Cell?
I'll go with SummerSlam.
So Money in the Bank,
Royal Rumble, and WrestleMania still. Wow.
So WrestleMania first.
Yeah.
Royal Rumble second. We're still on that.
And that can flip flop because Royal Rumble is so damn great.
That's true. That's true.
Money in the Bank is always really a great event.
It's not a bad.
Yep. Are you psyched that it's on Saturday? Why do I like this?
Saturdays are so much better.
I like this.
Because you stay up late, you don't have to worry about it.
Right.
Usually by Sunday I'm drained. I'm already falling asleep on the couch, and I don't really feel like staying up. And then when you stay up, and if it ends up being a really crappy pay-per-view, then you're like, what the hell did I stay up for? This is a waste of my time.
Right. At least you don't have to go straight to work there.
And then if you're jacked up, if you're excited, and a little kid in you is like, oh my God, I can't believe what I just watched, and you can't get to sleep now because you're all excited.
Right.
And better yet, the best part of it is Sunday is documentary time and then Rivalry on A&E. So if I had a choice and SummerSlam is on at the same time, I would be going to the I would.
Wow.
I would.
Wow.
So
60 minutes on Al Snow, huh? You're there.
I'm there.
Wow. What does everybody want? Documentaries. Excellent. That's great, man.
So yeah, but SummerSlam, this seems to be a pretty powerful SummerSlam. A lot of
Yeah,
opportunity.
I like it. I think it's really stacked and very intriguing. Also, if I can throw in fast, I like that it's on Saturdays just because of our generation. Something about the Saturday Georgia Championship Wrestling. I've always missed wrestling on a Saturday,
Yes.
so this is kind of a nice, reminder of those days.
Remind me of this. I can't remember when we used to hang out. Right back then.
When Reagan was president.
6:05, we would watch wrestling.
Yes.
Separate houses.
Yes, of
And then would we
course.
go out afterwards? Would we go out afterwards?
I don't, you know what, when we were 13 or 14, I don't remember my dad being like, yeah, go out, it's Saturday night. I think that started happening a little bit later.
But were we still watching Georgia Championship Wrestling before we
And we
went
would
out?
call each other a lot.
Right,
You know,
yeah.
so, wow, did you see that, Mr. Wrestling 2?
You're right.
But yeah,
You're right. Oh, good stuff.
Yeah,
Good
classic.
stuff. Good memories.
Absolutely.
We're going to open up with the main event, my friend. Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. The interesting part of this match, very exciting, is you'd think most people have enough of this rivalry. I haven't. I think it's one of the great ones. But
is.
they really are finishing this off with, and if you're going to do a documentary on rivalries, this is the one. Last man standing match for the undisputed championship.
I have never been more fuzzy on a winner in this situation. I am so fuzzy on this. You recently had Brock Lesnar walk out in true emotion over Vince's retiring, and they call him back. He's lost to Roman over and over again in the past calendar year.
He does have wins, though, against Roman.
Yes, he does, but
Okay.
when the big ones were happening, he seemed to be putting Roman over, if
Right.
you know what I'm getting
Gotcha.
at. I don't know what to do with this, because you don't want really Roman Reigns to lose the belt. I don't. I love what's happening, and I would like to see it keep happening. I think that's the beauty of it, is its longevity, its durability, its stability. I love its consistency. I love
How
it.
do you keep Brock Lesnar down for 10 seconds? Do you see a Sami Zayn interference here?
That's possible. What about Theory coming and clocking him with the suitcase, and then clocking Roman with the suitcase?
So, okay. Now you made it
After losing to Lashley earlier in the night.
So, we're not there yet, but since we're starting with this, are you saying your prediction is
No.
Theory is going to cash in?
I'm already saying no.
No, okay.
No, you know what? You know how I feel about predictions. I think this is hilarious that we even would attempt to do it. It's scripted wrestling.
I understand.
For God's sake. So I have different theories on what's going to happen with
But
Theory.
again, if you were a betting man, and I know it's scripted,
Right?
this one's very hard to call. It could go so many different ways. You don't know what's going to happen.
I know. That's how I kicked this off, because it is so
This entire
cloudy.
card is cloudy.
A lot of that
That's
is.
why they've done a good job. So
They
I'm
have.
putting you on the spot.
They have.
Make the call
Roman Reigns is still champion.
at the end of the night.
They can't do it.
No cash in.
If Theory tries, Theory doesn't succeed.
So possible cash in, but no success.
I don't think so. I think that would be terrible for Theory. I've told you about that before. I think that would be terrible.
I'm gonna-
What, you going to lose to Lashley and fail at his cash in?
I'm gonna go.
Oh, my God.
I'm gonna go with you.
Yeah.
Reigns wins.
Yeah.
I am gonna say.
No cash in.
I'm saying cash in.
Wow.
And
But Theory
Reigns
fails.
and he fails.
Wow. Theory fails due to Sami Zayn.
Uso, Sami Zayn, Paul.
Reigns
Heyman,
is going to be
Roman.
shot after this match. He's going to need a little help.
Yes, more than a little. help.
Is it? But one haluva kick from Sammy to Theory, that's probably going to do it. I mean, Theory is not Brock Lesnar. You know what I mean? A haluva kick or two from, or a splash followed after
Nothing
the haluva
could be more
kick
scripted,
from
though,
the Usos.
in
I
the
don't
head
know.
of the table, the tribal chief, holding off a cash-in.
I think Theory should hold off, and I think that Roman Reigns still has to get you a dream match. Roman Reigns has to walk out this night with the belt. We have to have Roman in the Rock.
Absolutely.
And he's got to be holding the belt up to that time, right?
Absolutely.
How do you take one of the titles off this man?
Not now.
What if he just discards one due to arrogance? I could live
Down the
with that.
road, we could look at a different things. I think what you wanted is we want to see Rock Reigns,
Yeah.
and then your man Cody finally gets his opportunity
Of
to be world
course.
heavyweight
And he's going to be.
champion.
But what of Lesnar after all of this?
Doesn't matter.
Not to harp on this,
Doesn't
but
matter.
what do you
Well,
mean?
it's time.
He's still. It's
It's
time
time.
for what, though? We have Goldberg at 55 still winning world titles.
Doesn't mean Lesnar can't keep wrestling, but it's time. It's time.
But he was gone
This
for a
is
little while before
this is the stamp of the end of the. Can't say he can't revisit it a year down the road.
Right.
All right.
Wow.
Another cloudy one, and this is very cloudy. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Liv
okay.
Morgan defending her women's SmackDown championship against Ronda Rousey.
You really think Ronda's going to lose again?
Liv is hot.
How hot is Liv?
Liv is hot.
Liv is
and I don't mean
Sasha,
hot, like,
Sasha Banks hot?
No.
Charlotte Flair hot?
No.
Becky Lynch hot?
No.
Then what sort of hot are we talking?
Pretty hot though.
She's doing
on that
well.
food chain.
Bianca Belair.
No.
There you go. You see where I'm going with
I
this.
understand.
How is Ronda going to say, okay, you can beat me again? I was shocked that Ronda put her over to begin with.
Good opportunity though. Good opportunity.
This sinks Ronda Rousey big time. I can't see
Good
it.
opportunity for Ronda Rousey to become a heel.
By losing?
Sure.
How about by winning through nefarious ways and then eventually Liv gets the belt back?
You can go that way. All I'm saying is this match is very cloudy in my opinion.
Okay.
You can't go into it saying, I know who's winning this.
No, there is that, but I just have a hard time believing Ronda Rousey's going to lose again.
Prediction?
If I have to go with a gut, I'm going to go with Ronda, but I wouldn't be shocked if Liv, if Liv defends her title successfully, they're definitely putting a stamp on her the way they did Bianca.
I'm going with a Liv victory also.
Wow, how does she win?
Pinfall clean.
Fucking Ronda's feeling generous lately. What is going
but
on?
I will say this. Ronda will
see
be
it.
so angry. Ronda will shred Liv to death after the match, and hence the Ronda.
So
Rousey
when does
heel
she
turn.
take the title eventually off Liv? You can't have that without an eventual Survivor Series?
Listen, I don't want to get too deep into it, but I think Charlotte comes back, and now you have two heels going after this mucho babyface.
Yeah, she's definitely could be a very sympathetic. There's that word, sympathetic.
Absolutely.
Liv Morgan would be great as a sympathetic champion.
Total
They should go
old
that way.
school face.
What, you think they'll really do that? That would be lovely. I would like that.
Listen, I don't disagree. Ronda could win.
I'm just thinking.
I don't know.
I'm not judging this match as to, I'm judging it as to Ronda the person. I am shocked that she even put her over in the first place.
Here's another tough one.
Yep.
Bobby Lashley, U.S. Heavyweight Champion, against Theory, the holder of the Money in the Bank.
They really have done a good job confusing the crap out of us.
Yeah.
You can't pull the plug on Bobby.
Can't pull the plug on Theory.
And you can't pull the plug on Theory. So which is it? Does Theory cheat and get back revenge on Bobby Lashley but fail with his cash-in? This is crazy, dude. I think that's what we might be heading there. That would make sense.
Both agreeing. Theory wins the
Theory's
United
gonna,
Heavyweight Champion.
What becomes of Lashley and Lashley?
Roman
Wait!
Reigns.
What becomes of Lashley and Lesnar?
There it is.
Oh,
Or
it's an opening with both of them
why
now.
can't we have a program between Lashley and Roman?
Well, that would be great too.
And let's not forget, we got that English show. I forget the Castle
show.
thing.
Okay.
About a week and a half after, 2
Right,
weeks after, and you're
right.
going to have Drew McIntyre
Right.
wrestling Reigns. That's going to be a
Right.
huge
Good
thing.
Lord. Okay.
All right, here you go.
Right.
The Usos versus Street Profits with special guest referee Jeff Jarrett. Slapnuts in the house.
Don't piss me off.
A very tough decision to make here. Again, who are you going with?
By the way, can we just, right off the bat, why Jeff Jarrett? What's his role in this? What is going on?
Something is going to be his role.
But what?
I don't know.
What is his interest in either?
I don't know.
This is the weirdest.
There's a reason why.
Dude, they might as well put Jules Strongbow as the referee. I would have been just as confused.
Fair enough.
They're doing it again. By the way, can we just say it now? Usos and Street Profits, give these guys some love. What a
Thank you.
chemistry. What is going
Unbelievable.
on with these teams?
To the top teams
They
in the
are
world. Give me that
fantastic.
bullshit about FTR being the greatest. Not even close. I put these two teams way ahead of FTR.
Well,
I'm sorry.
They certainly do it on bigger stages. Oh, I can hear them now. They're screaming.
No, they're screaming.
They're
Well,
screaming.
you know what? Facts are facts.
You can't knock the Usos and the
They
Street
are
Profits. They're fantastic.
those four gentlemen we're talking about are larger than life. FTR is not larger than life. Okay, FTR is the pain in the ass wrestling fan. I hate WWE tag team of the year.
Well, that's accurate. But I'm still fond of them.
May I ask you this?
I have a problem.
Is there a possibility
I like
of
FTR.
the Street Profits
Yeah.
breaking up at SummerSlam?
Well, I think we already talked about this. If this happens, then guess who becomes Marty Jannetty?
Who?
It's not Montez Ford.
Speaking of Marty Jannetty's on the main show, Monte The Pharaoh, on August 4th.
Great. I hope he wasn't listening to what I just said right now.
So,
He'd be very mad.
is there,
I didn't come up with the term, Marty.
is
I
there
hate
a
it
possibility of
Yeah.
the breakup of the Street Profits?
It's possible, but here's where I think the Street Profits are actually going to win. I believe so, and I don't think that
Bad night for the Bloodline.
not for Roman. Not for Roman. You don't think why? What's bad for Roman?
I think if the Usos go down, I'm going to be a little worried about Roman going down.
I don't. Oh, you think that they're just going to do a clean sweep?
That would be terrible, but I would be in fear.
Man,
I would be in
We might
fear.
be miserable on Sunday. Don't call me. I'm mad. I would be pretty pissed off.
If the Usos go down, I'm going to be very nervous for our tribal chief.
You know what's funny? I don't feel like it's time to put the belt on Brock and take it off Roman, but I feel like it's time that
I'm
the
worried
Street
about Theory.
Profits.
I'm concerned about Theory too. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Last man standing.
Yeah.
Two behemoths killing themselves, and
Yeah.
little Weasel Boy comes in and.
Hey, I remember a smaller guy, and he's not really small, but compared to the two behemoths that were in the ring, I remember a smaller guy flying down that ramp, and Mr. Curb Stomp, Mr. Seth Rollins. I think Austin Theory can cash in successfully. It depends on the situation. I don't like this situation.
Well, I'm going to go on a
very
prediction
much.
here. I'm predicting a Street Profit breakup.
Wow.
Dawkins turning on Montel Ford.
Bad move, Dawkins.
Montez Ford, sorry.
Yeah.
Reason being is Montez Ford cannot be a heel while Bianca Belair is one of the hottest faces in the organization. We discussed this.
Right.
Montez Ford is ready to go single action, both on the mic.
Okay, I
and
agree.
in
I
the
agree
ring.
with all of this. I agree with all of this.
It
However, I
wouldn't-
will say this: if Dawkins does this, and they really give a shit about Dawkins, and he doesn't wind up going into the oblivion path, Dawkins does this, and becomes like Sammy, an honorary member of the Bloodline.
Not a bad
You've
idea.
got to keep Dawkins relevant.
I
after
got
this.
it.
You know what I'm saying? You can't because he'll feud with Montez, he'll lose obviously in the end, and then what? He's got to go.
Gotta
with the
do
Bloodline.
something else.
He's got to join them for.
Dawkins can wrestle, man.
I like
That
Dawkins.
guy can
Don't
wrestle.
get me wrong, but I can tell, what they probably would do if they split them up.
All right. Next up, not an easy one again. I'm sorry, Pat McAfee, Happy Corbin.
Oh, Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee's winning this match. Pat McAfee only lost to Vince McMahon. Who else? He beats everybody else, doesn't he?
I'm going Happy Corbin.
I wish. I agree, but I just have this feeling that Pat McAfee
Is Happy
like,
Corbin one of the great heels of all time?
of all time. I don't know. Let me think about that. Is he one of the best heels of his generation? Oh yeah, people.
Thank
hate
you.
him.
Finally, someone
of course
with intelligence.
He is. I mean, dude, I loved Baron Corbin, just for the record.
I like poor Corbin best.
That was hilarious.
That was
but
the best.
the original Lone Wolf, you do remember when he had the long
Absolutely.
hair? I loved Baron Corbin. And the end of days,
You can't.
what did it take? Like
I
a
just
decade
don't,
for somebody
I don't
to kick
think
out
you,
of that move?
You can't have a guy
Just
like
one?
Happy Corbin who has a whole career ahead of
excellent.
him losing.
I agree,
Pat.
but don't forget the weirdness of what happened at WrestleMania, please. Didn't Pat McAfee beat who did he beat
He lost, didn't
Theory?
he? No,
he beat Theory and then Vince McMahon beat him.
Oh, that's right.
I mean,
That's right.
I don't know anymore. You know what? Anybody who loses to Vince McMahon, I'm going to go with Corbin. Okay, there we go.
Fair enough.
There we go. All right.
All right, another tough one.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Bianca Belair, Becky Lynch. This is not
And by the
guaranteed
way, Jared,
Bianca Belair.
Jared, keep the picture up for a second. What is happening to Becky?
Dude, I'm taking Becky.
What is that?
That's the Becky look.
What is that? David Bowie, Ziggy Lynch,
Stiggy Stardust.
It's
Ziggy Stardust. whatever the fuck it
Ziggy
is.
Stardust. That's she looks ridiculous.
And let's talk a little bit Bianca Belair first. You're not a big fan.
No, I'm not. I don't think she's great on the mic. I know that she's built like a shit brick house, that's for sure. And she's a
Or a
great
brick shit house.
yeah, that too. Did I reverse that?
You did.
What a oh my
That was
god!
great.
Yeah, say no to drugs. Anyway,
It was harder. It's harder
What?
to say shit brick house than brick shit house.
Yeah, you know what's
Brick
funny?
shit house?
It made sense to me.
Wait,
when
shit brick house, brick shit house. Okay, go ahead.
Brick House Brown?
There you
I don't know. My brick is brown.
Ugh.
Yeah, who needs that visual? Bianca Belair, I'm just not into her. I'm sorry. I'm just not into her. When she cries and stuff, I'm like,
not
oh,
the best
no.
on the mic.
No.
Good wrestler.
Excellent.
Good wrestler.
Excellent.
But
Excellent.
every time she's on,
Yeah,
I'm into it.
I know.
I'm
you
into
like
her.
her.
I do. I love
Yeah,
her.
you like her. I think Becky's got more.
Does
overall.
Becky have a chance to win this title back at SummerSlam, where she beat her in 26 seconds last year.
I think they're going to let Bianca get the nod.
Then Becky's done for a while.
Is Becky done for a while? Then it's got to be Becky. They're good. They're swerving us again, aren't they? I hate
a tough
them.
one, dude.
They're all tough.
How about the old double count out?
No, are they going to do that?
See, when did you become that guy? We used to love the double DQ, the double count out.
Well, they don't
now
do
you
it.
hate it. Now you hate
no,
it.
I don't hate it. I actually wish they would do it, but there's no consistency. Like, if they do it this time, they probably won't do it for another 6 months. It's like, don't give me that for one night. Give me the
Dude,
consistency.
the last time we were talking,
if you're going to
there was
go
a
old
double.
school,
I
give me
forget
the
there was a
consistency.
double count out.
We
You
liked it.
you hated it. You got so mad. You
I
like
hated it?
I was
Who
like,
was
what
it?
happened? I forget.
Who got counted out?
Oh,
Rollins and Estrada?
No, Rollins and
Oh, yeah.
and Reigns.
Yeah, yeah.
It was a disqualification.
It was actually good, though.
It was a great match.
In hindsight.
Yeah.
I pretended I paid $60 for it and didn't get Peacock. I was pissed. I was like, oh, I can't believe I dropped my last $60. Now I got to eat peanut butter.
So, you're going with?
Let's go with Becky. Fuck it.
I'm going with Becky with you. For some reason, I have a feeling Becky's winning that title
but that's
back.
how I feel about Lesnar. You can't lose. That's it.
You know what? I'm changing. I'm going with Belair.
Okay, Belair.
I'm going with Belair.
Boy, we're all over the place.
Got to go with Belair.
This is unbelievable.
All right, probably the least important. Well, no, not the least important match, but Logan Paul versus The Miz.
I want to like Logan Paul, but I fucking hate the way they're booking him.
I'm telling you what, I believe they're going to be a tag team, and they're going to just make up in this match. I don't know what. Something stupid's going to happen, and they're just going to be friends.
I think they should do the finger poke of doom. The Miz just goes like
That'd
this.
be pretty
and
good.
Logan Paul pops down for him, and then they're like hugging and shit. Oh, the fans would be mad.
That's a great time
They
for a
would
finger
be-
point.
Yeah,
Finger
finger
poke.
poke
That's a great
doom.
time. You're
Yeah,
right.
but what about the paying customers? Isn't that what all those
Dude,
years
this
ago?
card is loaded.
It is loaded.
If you do one of these
you're not
matches,
doing Nash and Hogan, so it's a little different. They're a little lower than Nash and Hogan on the card.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
Oh, these guys. Yeah,
You do
no, absolutely.
realize how outrageous that was on January 4th, 1999? People paid for it. Like, let's say we went to Nitro. We paid for the live event. We paid good money. We're 3 hours into watching this show, and we're both talking to each other. Man, Nash and Hogan.
Yeah, but wait a minute. Hold on.
They get out there, and they go like this.
And now you're pissed.
I loved it live, but I was watching it at home. I
think
wasn't
all right,
paying.
so you're at home and you pay. Now
I
you're
loved
mad.
it.
Now 20 years
One of the
later,
few.
20-something years later,
Yeah.
you're like, I was at the finger poke of
Right,
doom.
you could say that. Then it becomes a priceless memory.
Exactly.
But at the time,
I got it.
people were like, I just spent what to see that?
I got to see the reuniting of Logan Paul and The Miz.
Right, there you go. Okay.
All right, to finish it off, Mysterio's versus Finn Balor and Damian Priest. No disqualification.
What makes me not have much
Is
emotion
this the point
in this,
where
Dominic?
the son turns on father?
Wouldn't that be nice? Yeah.
Is this it?
I think so. He's got to do it here.
Is it believable that a son would ever turn on its father or his father?
Depends on the father and depends on the son. Depends on the dynamic.
Now, where they blew it on Monday night is when Rhea Ripley came out. It
Uh-huh.
would have been if that, what's his name? The son. Help me.
Dominic.
Jesus. Dominic had eyes for Rhea.
Right.
And that's how he turns on his father because
he's got eyes for Rhea?
Because his head
Maybe he should get
is bigger
new
than
eyes.
his head.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Rhea's not that bad looking, dude.
She's not that bad looking, but you're going to turn on your father for that? You turn on your father for Trish Stratus. You don't turn on your father for Ray. What kind of son are you? Horrible kid. I'm rooting for Ray.
Where are you going with this one?
Balor and Priest got to win. You can't lose.
Dominic
They've
turns-
had no.
Dominic
yes.
turns on his
yes,
father.
they've had not. They have to start.
I
Getting,
was there the night Dominic turned on his father.
okay, and the Miz and Logan Paul did the finger poke of doom.
Good start for
Very
West.
interesting. And
Good start
Austin
for
Theory
SummerSlam.
couldn't cash in. What a loser.
But then again, is this the Mysterio Finn Balor match? Judgment Day, is that going to be the pre-show match? Then you can't have
Right.
Dominic turn on Ray because it's
'Cause
a
it's the
pre-show. Who's
pre-show.
watching the fucking pre-show?
Dude, why would they do that on the pre-show?
All right, guys, we're out of
Really?
time.
Yeah.
Enjoy your go-home show for SmackDown. Enjoy Rampage. Pharaoh,
Uh-huh.
send them out.
You've been watching This Week in Wrestling. Enjoy SummerSlam. Thank you for tuning in. And until next week in wrestling, later.